Welcome to a new season of Cozy Moon Podcast. This is season 5 of Cozy Moon. My name is Shan, mom of the girls. This is a podcast where we talk about surviving parenting, the realness about preggo-ness, and giving really good tips on being our best parent and evolving every day. So if that's what you're looking for, you're at the right place. Welcome back to Cozy Moon Podcast. My name is Shan, mom of the girls. This is episode 17 of season 5. We're talking compassionate kiddos. What can I say about this? If you be kind to your children, then they're going to be kind to other people and other children. It's very simple. What they see is what they do. What they hear is what they say. Kids don't just grow up to be mean-spirited people. Kids don't just grow up to be super nice and giving to everyone just out the blue because that's just what they are. It's certain notions that they watch in the house. It's certain interactions that you do as an adult in your home that your kids will imitate while they play. A lot of times I might listen to the girls play with toys to see, how they portray a bear or a doll or, a action figure or something, just to see how they think life really is or people really are. And if you do nice things for people that you love, they're going to do nice things for other people that they love. So just be that example, and just gonna talk about how to raise compassionate kids and how to show that so your child can grow up to be more compassionate because I don't know, you can look at the world in it's a very dangerous place, or you can look at the world in a way where you can say, it's an exciting place and there's so much to learn and there's so many beautiful challenges to learn about yourself and all of this. But if you're not compassionate, you're not going to be willing to see the good within things that you weren't prepared for. So that's what we're discussing today.
Hey, it's Anya Dula, and I am the host of Intercultured with Anya Dula. Intercultured with Anya Dula is a podcast that focuses on motherhood, culture, birth work, and travel. And it's just a place for women to come together to discuss our philosophies on motherhood, to discuss our work and birth work, if that's what we do, but mainly to bring women of all different cultures together so that we can talk about how we mother, how we #do motherhood, so that we can learn from one another and learn to love each other. That's really what it's all about. I hope you'll join us. Intercultured with Anya Dula podcast is available on all the major podcast stations. I hope you'll join us. Can't wait to connect.
If anyone asked me who's the nicest person you know, or who's the kindest person you know, I would have to say my mother. My mother, besides my Uncle Ron, who passed away 3 years ago, is the most giving, nurturing, finds everything funny, even things that are not funny, person I know. Okay, she's like that with strangers. When she's around kids, her heart turns into oozing little hearts, okay? My mom really just loves to be the solution in people's lives, and she doesn't like to ask for help, but she loves helping others, and she's super giving and grateful for everything, okay? Always doing for others and being heartfelt, and she likes to teach people on how to do things that she knows how to do. She likes to color and draw flowers. She loves to plant. She loves to sew. She loves to bake fritters for millions of people, and it's only 3 people in the house sometimes. She doesn't wait for people to ask her to do something as a favor. She just does it. And when you give her things, she hates. No, I'm not going to say she hates, but she doesn't know how to receive things from other people because she never feels like she deserves it. So, learning how to be compassionate as a kid wasn't hard for me because I was always around her. And if you're a good parent model, being sweet to others and being kind and being willing and being open to learning, then it's going to be a higher chance of you having a compassionate child than someone else who doesn't show those characteristics. If you are very walls up, your kid is not allowed to see you laugh or joke or relax, and it has to be very strict. It's going to be hard for you to see if your child's compassionate. Having animals helps your child develop their compassion for living things. Having plants around your child helps them. Discussing bugs and seeing bugs outside and taking them to the zoo and watching videos. There's this show on Netflix with cats, and Ari and Anya, we've been watching that thing for the past 3 days. I'm just oh my God, these people have so many cats in their house. And she asked the question, do you want a cat? Why you don't like cats? It's not that I don't like cats, but I don't like cats being in a house because their hair gets everywhere, and cats sometimes get really territorial, and they feel like they should be allowed to go on your counters, and they should be allowed to go on your table, and you should, they should be allowed to be on your chair. And I'm just listen, I am not lint rolling my house. You are not supposed to be in my kitchen. When I was growing up, that was the first pet that I had, was a cat. And then when we moved to Maryland, we got fish. Then I got a gerbil or a hamster. The only rule for any animal or amphibian we couldn't have was we couldn't have any snakes. But we had turtles, we had rabbits, we had dogs eventually when we moved to Florida and we got our house. So loving on animals has always been a thing. My mom grew up in Jamaica, and they had about 23 dogs in the front yard. They all had their own doggy house in the front yard. My uncle built it, and being around animals wasn't a weird thing. There was goats in the gully near the house. When we ate, we got a goat and we hung it up and we cut it. So it wasn't we were all vegan. We weren't vegan. We ate meat. There was chickens in the yard. All the types of animals. So animals do help children exercise their compassion. And with being nice and being kind, you have to have boundaries. If you don't teach your child to have boundaries with people, with their kindness, they're going to get used. They're not going to know why everybody doesn't want to be their friend if they're being super nice. You have to teach them to allow people to earn their niceness. Allow people... It's a difference between being respectable and having manners and being too nice, okay? Teach your child the differences. Teach them, with strangers and adults, this is what you're supposed to say, this is not what you're supposed to say. With kids, this is a nice thing to say. If you don't have nothing nice, don't say nothing at all during this issue. Teach them all of that. But please teach them that everybody is not going to be their friend. Everybody does not have to be their friend. And they have to be comfortable with People not wanting to play with them, not wanting to do what they want, not wanting to follow them on the playground, at recess and all of that. They're going to be better off, okay? Talk to your child about their feelings when they're going through their feelings. Okay, don't shun their feelings. Don't tell them to suck it up. Don't tell them that they can't cry. They're not allowed to cry. Teach them that there's a time and place for everything, but please do talk through their feelings. When kids bottle things up and they don't express it, it might come out in anger. It might come out in anxiety. It might come out in frustration while they're doing schoolwork or something random. So please just let them get that out. How can you help build compassion in your kids? You can ask yourself, does your kid give without being told to give? So I have 2 kids, and Aria is a Sour Patch. And I say Aria is a Sour Patch because sometimes she's really mean and territorial, and that's mine. And sometimes she's super giving, like it was her birthday, and I got her 2 presents, and she opened her first present, which was a doll. And Aya was like, oh, I wish I had a doll. And then Ari goes, before she's even done opening her gift, she goes, don't worry, Anya, you can play with my doll. Okay, I share with you. Okay, that's a little bit of compassion. She was being sweet. And then there's some times where, I pulled out Ari's birthday cake, and she was like, Anya, that's my cake. So, at least I know that there's something there. There's some within her. And then Anya, sometimes she'll do flashcards with Ari without me asking. Or she'll, help Ari, in the bathroom without me having to tell her, help Ari in the bathroom. She'll get her a fork because she's going to the kitchen for a fork for her food. And it's just little things of consideration that helps your child have compassion. You can ask yourself, does your child get sad when another person is sad? Does your child get sad when another child is crying? Or do they inquire, why are they crying? What's happened? What's wrong? Anya does that a lot when I'm watching certain movies or TV. Please be aware if your child can verbalize their feelings, okay? The quicker and the sooner that they can do it at a young age, the better. You won't have tantrums. You won't have screaming matches. You won't have a lot of baby crying if your child can verbally tell you, this is making me angry. This is making me sad. I'm not happy because today I feel. Sometimes in Anya's morning writing exercises, I might do a fill in the blank paragraph where I'll put, today I feel blank because blank. For lunch today, I would like blank. I wish I could go to blank because blank. Just really making her use her brain and dig into herself. You might want to ask your kid, have they ever been exposed to animals? Do they like animals? If they don't like animals, what do they feel connected to feelings-wise that they can express that you can see? Okay? And, there are kids that don't like animals. It doesn't mean that they're mean. It doesn't mean that they don't have compassion. You just have to test that child in a different way. How do they act around babies? How do they act around the elderly? Are they courteous? Do they open the door for people? If someone drops something, do they bend down and pick it up for them? Or do they tap them and say, oh, you dropped that? Little things. So that's how you can figure out if your child is compassionate. Hopefully they are. Thank you for listening to Cozy One Podcast. My name is Shan. Bye. Bye.
Bye.